What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at a shoe. Actually, a couple shoes. And be thankful that you can't smell through YouTube yet. These are a interesting shoe. Simulation racing is one of my hobbies. Over to the left over here, I've got my racing simulator set up. And one thing that I really enjoy about simulation racing is all the accessories that you can get. You can get button boxes and very realistic racing wheels and, 7-speed shifters that are better than sometimes what we have in our real cars. And it's really interesting how all of this technology comes together to create a super unique experience. And a lot of people sometimes spend more money on their racing simulators. They could spend that same amount of money and actually buy some sort of inexpensive car for a track day or something. But anyway, I want to take a look at this. These are some simulation racing shoes, and I wear them all the time. They're awesome. They're great, even as like around-the-house shoes. So let's jump into it. They're from Fast Track Sims, a company based out of Atlanta. I pre-ordered these when they first started making them. Small company. With the whole simulation racing thing, since there's a whole bunch of accessories and different parts that are out there. There's big companies like Logitech that makes racing wheels and Thrustmaster and other pretty big companies, but there's a lot of small guys in the business too. Other sim racers like myself that aren't lazy like myself and go out there and they put their heads together and they make some products and they wind up quitting their day jobs and making these for a living because they're so popular within that community. So this is their first generation shoe, and I got these a couple years ago. I think probably 3 or 4 years ago when they first came out, and I've been really impressed with what they've put together. So it's a velvet sort of shoe around here. The stitching is wonderful. This is kind of a cloth fabric with the stitching, and they're kind of like iron-on logo that's built into that. On the inside, it's the same. It's a very lightweight fabric, just like this is. The sole is very good. The tongue, we'll get into that a little bit later. They're nice and slip-on, so you've got this, piece of elastic that stretches to fit any foot very well. On the back, you've got the traditional, padding back here because we have our, feet like this all day pushing on the pedal, and it's nice to have that added support. Even just, the kind of Italian style driving shoes that you can get, just about anywhere still have that arch piece in the back, and that's great. The simplicity of the design is great. For like the bottom, for example, it's just kind of like this, textured cutout of foam, and it's one, continuous piece from the front of the shoe all the way to the back. So I like the simplicity of that, and that works out really well. The design is great. I love all the stitching. Some of it's necessary, some of it's not. But either way, a wonderful added touch. The shoes are incredibly comfortable. On the inside, you've kind of got this, dense foam padding, and then there's a little bit on the inside. It's built pretty much exactly like a regular shoe, minus how it's kind of tied. Now, the inside, you can kind of see the fabric sort of, loses its stretch as I put it on. It's not, nice and taut like it used to be. It has some slop to it, but no complaints there. The tongue is a little bit different. It's only attached down here at the bottom. So all the way up here, it's very loose. So, and this is, first gen. So, it can't be perfect, but it is pretty damn good. So it, it has some slop. Sometimes it slides to the left or the right, or it gets, jammed in there or something like that when you are using them. But no complaints there. The size is here on the sticker. I'm a 43. So if you're in the United States or other countries, you'll have to do a little bit of math. Quick Google search to figure out what your size is in European. I'm a 43. That's about a 10. And they fit perfectly. I like them a little bit larger as it is. Construction's super durable. I haven't had a single complaint with it, minus sometimes how it fits with this. I find myself wearing them around the house all the time. I actually have left the house sometimes with them still on my feet. and then I get in my car and I'm swear to myself, and then I run back inside and change my shoes real quick. They are awesome in many, many ways. Fast Track Sims, they do a wonderful job. Online, these retail for, I think, $44.95. Shipping's pretty fast. They don't make them every day, and they don't always have them in stock every day because it's a popular item. But the company, I think the guy's name's Mark. He'll shoot you an email and let you know when things are being, when the next batch gets made and when the next batch goes out. So these are these, and they are great. Then they came out, I think, a year later with the second edition shoe. But before I dive into that one, all the shoes come in 3 colors: red, black, and a blue. But this is their second revision. And they did fix things like the tongue. You can kind of see it's attached here in the middle to help it from sliding around. It doesn't really get tucked in the shoe too much. But overall, the design has stayed pretty much the same. Stitching, is good. You've got the logo on the outside of the shoe, but not the inside, which is fine. You've got the velour kind of velvet, but still, very sturdy design that's there. This is actually more sturdy in terms of rigidity. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's pretty darn rigid compared to this has a little bit of movement here in the middle because of this, but on the outside it's pretty darn sturdy compared to this model. Maybe that's me just having it broken in a little bit more, but the big change that they made besides this middle stitching here, the inside's basically the same. They did do a better job of kind of tacking it down around the inside, whereas this shoe, some of the stitching comes off way at the bottom there, but still no complaints. Biggest change was the bottom. And that looks a little bit more like a racing style shoe. They've gone away with the very lightweight foam, and they've gone with a piece of rubber. And the texture is awesome. The grip is awesome. Just even touching it like this, you can really feel how really textured and nice it is. Still same amount of comfort. On the back, they went with not so high of an arch, but that still works out very, very well. The shoe is a little bit heavier. I sometimes prefer the lighter weight model. But these are still fantastic. I wear them around the house all day, never even realize that they're on. Fast Track Sims, I think they're based out of Atlanta. They make a ton of awesome products. This is not all that they make. They have gloves. They have full, many $1,000 complete, ready to go out of the box packages. I think they even do installation. They have monitor mounts and seats and racing gear and accessories, and they even have computers. So if you're not into, building your own computer to run all of this, high-powered racing simulation software, they can do that too. Fast Track Sims, real quick. I'm not trying to plug the company so much. They are awesome. I don't work for them. They didn't contact me. I just felt like, using my new recording equipment that I got, and I'm going to review a pack of gum in a minute, just because I'm trying to use all this new equipment as much as I can. But Fast Track Sims, no joke company. These are a little bit more. I think these are $60 maybe. $55.95. Oh, I see. I messed up the pricing. So this shoe, which is the rubber sole, is $55.95. The sheet sole, which has the foam, those go for $1 less, $54.95, and those are current prices on their website. You can order them online. That's, I think, the only way that you can get them. But if you're in the sim racing community, you've probably heard of them. If you are getting into sim racing and you're a fanatic like me, then this is definitely something that is perfect to pick up. A lot of people like, tube socks and other things like that. It's hard to race with actual shoes on just because of how everything's designed. Of course, I got to sneeze in the middle of my video. But I can't say enough good things about these. The company is awesome. They arrive quickly. They build a great product. You know, people might say they're a little bit more expensive than what they'd like to spend, but I haven't found anything that's better than this. There are cheaper options out there, but you get what you pay for. And this, you know, you spend a little extra money, and they're just about as good as a pair of shoes. You could wear these out, and you could, you know, walk around the mall or something like that, and these are just incredibly comfortable and wonderfully built, and you'll get some weird looks, but they function just like a real shoe. And I wear them each and every time I'm on my simulator. I've got a little shoe rack right next to them with an extra pair of socks, and every single time I race on my simulator, this is what I wear. So this is the #1 shoe by me. I'm not hired by them. I'm not, you know, doing this for them. I'd like to do this for them. So if Mark, if you see this video, send me some stuff. I'll get you some marketing done. But you know, just wanted to, you know, review a really good product. So that's it, guys, on the shoes. If you have any questions, let me know. I consider myself an expert on these. And like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike. Questions and comments, let me know. And we will see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for hanging around.